Hi everybody, I'd like to welcome you to our first SEO video in our SEO video blog. And in this first video, I basically wanted to cover how Google works. It's the biggest search engine out there. It's dominated the market for such a long time, and it's very important to getting online business or online exposure and traffic to your website. If you can show up in the top pages of Google, you've got a huge market at your fingertips. You have massive or unlimited opportunity to build your business. All right, so let's dig into it. All right, when anybody does a search on Google, typically what you'll see is an area here and an area here show up along with your search results. Okay, these two areas are called pay-per-click or the advertisement area of Google. Basically what that is companies such as Google offer advertising on their website so they can make money and offer this awesome search engine that they have. Okay, so what Google does is this thing called AdWords, and basically if I'm a company that wants to spend on advertising, I think about what people might search for when they're searching for my particular product or service. Then I go to Google, I open up an AdWords account, I say I'm willing to pay this much money for this specific keyword in these regions. I write my little campaign with a title and description, and I point that to a specific web page that I think would opt someone to buy or to contact me or whatever I want that conversion to look like. Okay? So based off that information, if someone goes to Google and types in that specific keyword and my ad shows up, I have an opportunity. Okay, well, an interesting statistic, and I got this statistic from The Art of SEO, 70% of people investing their money online were investing in pay-per-click advertising. What's interesting is that about 70%, a different 70%, of everyone searching online were not clicking on this. They were clicking on here. This is what we call the organic search results. Based off Google's algorithms, when they go through their libraries of websites, they pump out this list. And this is what people, 70% of the time, are clicking on. Well, it's interesting. Why is 70% of everyone investing online investing in pay-per-click when 70% of the people searching online are going here? Seemed a little bit off balance to me. And since that was written in 2009, 2010, those numbers came out, I'm sure that the landscape is changing drastically. Actually, I know it is. That people are starting to invest a lot heavier in SEO, search engine optimization, versus SEM, search engine marketing, or PPC, pay-per-click advertising. Okay, so that's what that is. Okay, so how do we do that? How does Google decide who's on top? Okay, Google decides who's on top based off of, well, several algorithms that obviously change all the time. They're constantly tweaking the formula. But if you ask SEO practitioners, me and obviously tons and tons of others, but one of the biggest factors that we would say is title tags, links, and now some of the biggest factors coming into play is stuff like social media, YouTube videos, things of that nature. Okay, so let's cover the first one real quick. Title tags. Well, what is a title tag? Well, when you search on Google and you get the results, this little thing right here in blue that you click on, the link, well, doesn't say www whatever. It typically says some sort of title to give you an indication of what that specific web page is about. And typically, whenever you do a search and you find one that you're going to click on the one that you think most matches what you're looking for, which is what Google's trying to do with this list, is try to match what you're looking for. Okay, so this right here is at max 60 characters. That's set by Google. That means Google will not display anything more than 60 characters with spaces. Okay, so this right here is your opportunity to put in those keywords about what you think that web page is about that would entice visitors to come and visit you. Okay, this down here is what we call a meta description, and that's got less SEO value and more as a secondary SEO value, because If someone reads your description and determines that that best matches what they're looking for, then you're going to have more of an opportunity that that person's going to click on your specific website. Okay, and just so you know, the meta description, you can only have 160 characters with spaces for the meta description. Okay, so 60 characters for the title, 160 for the description. Okay, so that's your opportunity to tell Google what your website's about. There used to be this thing called meta keywords, and that was basically you could tell search engines through code or through your widget what keywords went along with your website. Now, because that specific tag or call has been abused so much over the years, Google and the rest of the search engines, for the most part, have thrown that out. Now, some use it a little bit still, but for the most part, the meta keywords has been tossed out. There's some other factors that Google does. It'll go through your content on that specific web page and look for, you know, some people say keyword densities. I think basically Google's just trying to scan through, look at your images, look at your wording, and try and find what you're mostly saying that your web page is about, the main content. Okay. Now, the other big one that I'm going to discuss in this video is links. Well, basically, like I said, Google is like a popularity contest. Okay, now you're telling them, with these, you're telling them what it's about, but what's more important is what other people think about your specific website or web page. Okay? The more people that think your web page is important on a particular topic, the more chances that Google's going to think you're popular. And I mean, when I mean other people linking to you, I mean social media. I mean just other websites directly linking to you. I mean blogs. All of it. Google is searching everywhere trying to find mentions of your company, of your web page, and find links to your web page. Okay? So look at it this way. If someone that's been in your specific industry for a long time, they've been online for a long time, and they've built up their authority over the years. Okay? And I'll give you the example, since I talked about them earlier, SEO Moz. SEO Moz is a huge, huge authority when it comes to search engine optimization because they offer tools to people like me and the rest of the community. Well, if I were to get a link from SEO Moz to my website, that would give me a boost in my authority, and Google would hopefully repay me a little bit more in their rankings. And based off their algorithms, that's typically what happens. So the number of links is important, and the more authoritative links in your own industry is important. And that's basically the gist of how search engines work. They have this big library that is basically categorized by keywords and popularity, and based off your search term, they match it to the keywords, and they match it to what other people are talking about, and they display the results. Now, one small thing is I'd like you to keep in mind is anchor text. Well, anchor text is when someone's linking to you online, whether it be in social media or on a web page or whatever. If they just have visit www.whatever.com, that's going to give you less link juice or linking power because that website is voting for you, saying your website's important, but that's not telling Google what it's about that they're voting for. So instead, say I want a link from SEO Moz, and SEO Moz says you should visit Catch-Frayz to learn more about website design or search engine optimization. Well, if I get that link to be the the website design or search engine optimization, that line right there, search engine optimization, that's my link. That's what we call anchor text. And that's basically telling Google that Catch-Frayz, CF Web Marketing, is important. I'm voting for it. And I'm voting for it, and it's about this information. It's about search engine optimization, or it's about website design. Okay, so that's anchor text. So it's important when you're building your link building campaigns, once you figure out which ones you're going to go after, to use anchor text to the fullest extent. But that's, in a nutshell, all the different sections of Google. I hope this was very informative to you, and if you have questions, just send them to Ryan at catch-frayz.com.